thumbnails.
Yo, what is up, Cover 3 fam? Man, it's your boy Jay Tuck. Got DMV in the building, got my dog Rome in the building. But today it's not Cover 3, it's Cover 4. And we got a real special guest. He was so kind to take some time out of his busy schedule as he trained some of these ball hawking corners getting ready for the NFL Combine and NFL Draft, man. So, yo, we want to welcome Roc Carmichael. Now, hold on, Roc, before we start this, man, pick up on the tea leaves, right? This is a Cowboys community. You know what I'm saying? It's a Cowboys community, dog. So, you know what I'm saying? But you in good hands now. I ain't gonna tell everybody what team you played for. You know what I'm saying? But it's a Cowboys community, but you're welcome, bro. Hey, what's going on with you, dog?
Hey man, I'm doing fine, man. I'm doing well, man. I love you guys' setup, man. Look, I'm you can see I got my little stuff going on in the background,
Yeah.
But I definitely love what you brothers doing right here, man. Very professional, man. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we see I see the Dragon Ball Z in the background, man. See, you know what I'm saying? See the Dragon Ball Z, DBZ fan, man. But yeah, my dog DMV, man, he reached out. He was like, yo, we gotta get Roc on the channel. We gotta get Roc on the channel because you train some of the best corners. And I'm gonna kick it off selfishly. You know what I'm saying, fellas? If that's okay with y'all, right?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I do a lot of NFL draft content, and last year after the Dallas Cowboys lost to the Green Bay Packers, I jumped into the draft and there was this kid out of Toledo, right? Toledo, cornerback. And I said, listen, y'all, this kid is phenomenal. Like, he is one. Now, of course, Cowboys fans didn't want to hear me, but that cornerback was Quinyon Mitchell, and we know what he did his rookie season. Ultimately,
we all know.
Ultimately leading the team to a Super Bowl, right? But you had the opportunity to train Quinyon last year. So what was it the experience like? You know, what was his mentality like as you got him geared up for the NFL draft? Because I tell people, from the moment that I put him on Twitter, he smoked everything from the Senior Bowl to the Combine. It was just nonstop. So I'm surprised your Instagram wasn't blowing up, but people want to get ready for the draft. So what was that process like last year as you got Quinyon ready for the draft?
Well, like I said, man, I don't like to take credit, when I run into these guys. Myself, being a part of the NFLPA, I have a lot of opportunities to run into some of the next, superstars, the next big time guys. And I was actually at the Senior Bowl when I was working with Q. And that day, man, he caught an interception, bro. He took it back probably about 70, 80 yards. And Jim Nagy walked up to me and said, hey, what you think about this kid? And I'm like, man, honestly, out of all the big name guys here, I like him the best. And he's like, well, he might have just snuck into the first round, And I remember pulling him to the side and telling him that, in the hotel, we were eating dinner, and he didn't believe it, And, the next day, then we started to see it pop up on TV. It was like, hey, Q Mitchell. And he like, wow. And, it was just a good experience kind of to be there and knowing, that he was a two-star guy, coming out of high school. He wasn't the big-time recruit, so he was very humble, very appreciative. But his technique and his craft, you could tell that, that his coach at Toledo, does a great job, with the DBs. He was, I don't want to say light years ahead of everybody, but he was ahead of everybody at that time. And like you said, now you get to see him help the Eagles, which, I play for them Philly Eagles, man. Like, I don't want to look. I might got something around.
Oh man, everybody. I seen our viewership numbers go down, dog.
Damn.
But yeah, man. So definitely proud of him, and he's one of the guys that I point to when I'm working with the younger guys to let them know, like, everybody isn't a 5-star, 4-star guy. Some people come up, with a different story, and his story is his story, and now he's one of the next great DBs in the NFL. So shout out to Q, man.
Yeah, shout out to Q, man. Like it was hard because I loved him as a prospect, but he went to the wrong team. But I was kind of low key rooting for him. But like you said, man, like after that senior ball, I was like, oh, he's gone. And I'm surprised he actually slid that far so Philly could grab him. But I mean, phenomenal talent coming out of Toledo, and we saw what he did when it came to that draft process. He smoked everything and checked every box. DMV, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so you also trained Max Melton, who was a fourth rounder for the Cardinals too. Can you talk about some of what his traits are, and when these guys reach out, like what are some of the traits that you're looking for as far as trying to develop them for the NFL?
Like I said, man, once it gets to that point, it's like the NFL comes to get you. It finds you. It's like I'm not, like that's why when I told you guys, like I wouldn't claim that I'm a trainer of any of these guys. It's just, I'm a part of that process. And once, if you're blessed enough to get to that level, you're running to me, right before, you get drafted and, you make all your money and all that stuff. So Max Melton he was like the firecracker, I would say, of the group that year. Bringing the energy, a real team chemistry guy, and I think that shows with him being a young guy down in Arizona. On the field a little bit, playing, making a little noise, and he's a Jersey, a up north guy, naturally. So we carry a little different energy with us, man. But like I said, Max is another one, man. Another a great example that I'm able to use when I'm working with my younger guys, and them the ones that I would say you try to develop to. Hopefully, if you ever get a chance, like I say, to run into me at that point, then
Oh, we gonna make that happen, bro. I got a youngin' upstairs right now. We're gonna make that happen.
Go ahead and grab him, bring him downstairs right now.
No
Yeah, exactly, man. Rome, go ahead, dog. You got a question?
Yeah, no, my question is more surface level. I just want to know, like, when you dealing with these gentlemen, what I'm saying, that come and get a chance to work with you and hone in on their craft, what's something that stands out to you that gives you like an indication, like, oh, he one of those guys, like he's one of those ones that, what's something that you always notice that stands out, like something that you always like, I got one here. You know what I'm saying? Because most of us in this community, we like to think of ourselves as if we're not, scout level, we all like to watch tape in the Cowboys community and just we like to scout players ourselves, but we don't all have like the expert eye. So what's something you look at when you training somebody where you like, that stands out to me?
Well, definitely from the DB perspective, I would say the first thing that I look at is just how natural is the player at, making plays, right? And it's a difference between a guy that, is a playmaker and one that makes plays, right? Your playmaker guys, of course, example, the Travis Hunters can go out there and do something crazy, make it happen, for the team, when the team need it. Now, the other guys, are able to go out there and play team football and make the plays that come to them. And in the NFL, man, at any level, it's about making plays. Honestly, the more plays you can make, the less, your breaks matter, your technique matters. I worked with some of the greats, and I can't say no names, but if you've seen some of the great DBs work out, you wouldn't believe how many interceptions he caught. Like it looked like he got two left feet, but at the same time, him when he go out there and play, he's able to, come up with some great plays and get that ball back for his team. So for me, man, it's definitely about the playmaking ability. That's the first thing I try to look at, man. Can he go get that ball?
Yeah, playmaking ability. And as Cowboys fans, we got two of them things, right? And Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs, they can definitely make plays on the ball. Now, for those corners that go through that process, Roc, and they get the opportunity to finally stand in front of you. So what is that training process like? What are you helping with? Is it something specific that you're focusing on? So whether it's footwork, hips, agility, I had some other corners, some kind of unknown guys, right? Kendall Paul out of East Texas A&M, kind of a smaller guy, right? Because they're focusing on getting his size up. So once they get to you and they get that opportunity, like what is that training regimen like?
Eye discipline, man. If there's anything that I could say is eye discipline. Because like I say, once you get to a certain level, everything physically kind of balances itself out. It's about what what you're able to recognize, pick up down and distance on, little keys, right? What kind of eye discipline does this guy have? Is, if he's a man guy, is he always key focus on those hips? If he's understanding in the zone, is he reading QB progression? Different things like that. So it's a how would I say? It's a process, man, of how you look at guys and how you evaluate guys, on the highest level. But again, man, if any one of them, man, if they get a chance to come to me, I'm gonna do my best, you know what I'm saying, to give them an A plus, because I want to see everybody get an opportunity to go. And like I said, I feel like if you get that far to run into me, man, I'm gonna do what I can. Yeah, you already there, man. I'm a look. I'm not gonna be the reason that you get held back or somebody say your feet slow or your hips slow. It's like, nah, it's enough of that going around. You don't only hear me say something positive about the young guys, man.
Back. So all the young corners who out there watching, man, when we get to Roc, that's the boss level. You know what I'm saying? You get to that's the final boss, man. You get past Roc, then you might be on your way to get to the NFL. So you mentioned like eye discipline. So like, give me like an example. Like, what would be a drill if I'm a corner watching right now and I want to kind of focus on, don't get too much of your secrets out, but like, what would be like a drill that you could do to kind of get your eye discipline up to par?
That's easy, man. Everyone, they on Instagram and TikTok all day. So one thing that I tell the guys, like I said, is it's about how much football do you know, how much do you watch. When you're watching these, superstar highlights all over Instagram on any level, from the youth ball all the way up to the NFL, you should be watching. How many steps did he take to get out of his break? Is he dropping his hips when it's time for him to stop? Is like, how smooth is he coming out of his release? Like, those are all the things that help you at the next level.
Facts. Yeah. So make sure y'all watching, watching plays and watching film on TikTok.
Don't just waste your time.
Yeah, don't waste your time. Put Drake and Kendrick to the side, y'all, and lock in on what's really going on. Go ahead, DMV.
Yeah. So, bro, we saw you had a lot of clips at the Senior Bowl, so you were definitely plugged in there. But what I want to talk about is Virginia Tech. You went to Virginia Tech. I probably ran into you. Your face looked real familiar because I took my son out there for a prospect visit. But there were a bunch of Virginia Tech guys out there showing out at the combine. Could you talk about some of those guys and what the culture is like at Virginia Tech? It used to be known as DBU. It looked like it's coming back. So
hold on, man.
I had to throw that dig at you, bro.
That's another conversation. Hopefully we can get that title back, man. But Virginia Tech. First of all, I would say Virginia Tech used to be known, for just guys that work hard. We used to look at ourselves as, the blue collar guys. We look at the UVA as the white collar guys, suit and tie guys. We just come to work and do what we supposed to do. And we've been struggling the last few years. I agree to that. But recently we had guys like the running back Tootin. I think he just broke like legendary Kevin Jones, record. He was a first round running back out of Virginia Tech. That happened this year. We had Dorian Strong at corner, had a great year. We had a few wide receivers. Jalen Lane, was down at the Senior Bowl representing. And I can't think, I'm slipping on number 5, big number 5. He wore number 5 at the Senior Bowl. What's his name, man? Big kid. I'm slipping on his name right now. And Peebles, we had a D lineman named
Peebles was cooking. He was cooking.
Peebles, right? Yeah, Peebles did his thing too, man. But I think it's at the end of the day, man, it's just the area. That Virginia Beach, Richmond, up to that DC area, has some pretty good football talent. And the guys, they come in and recruit us. The Clemsons, the Alabamas, the Ohio States, they come in and get all these guys. Like, we got a Nick Harbor down at South Carolina right now. Nick was the 6'5" high school guy, ran at 10-2 in the 100. Like, Nick's first interview, was with us, like with them same group of kids. Like you say, you probably seen us with at Virginia Tech, doing the same thing that that was done for me growing up, helping the guys out, man. So it's we definitely trying to bring that Virginia Tech name back. But like I said, I think it's more of a area thing, them knowing to go into the area and recruit the right areas.
Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, no, I'm the irony is, I went to school at Virginia Union, so I'm familiar with that area.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, um, hearing about some of the players and you guys doing the recruiting in that area, I think that's dope. What would be some advice you would give to any young players or people that might be watching this stream that we might not get to talk to directly, but just some type of advice you would give them on their journey to try and be great? Something that you would tell somebody that might come under you. I know you said that you try to get the players to stay focused since they always got their phone in their hand. Trust me, I got kids. I know what that's about. So what other advice would you give them outside of that phone ain't leaving their hand? So that's a part of it.
Well, the first thing that I say to families, parents, kids, anybody, that I come in contact with that want to do this thing, if you say you want to play football, you want to make that a part of your life, well, and I tell them that, you do what you got to do, or you do what you want to do. That's the choice that you have. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to play football, unfortunately, it's not your decision, about if you get play time or if anything, is out of your hands, and all you can do is go out there and perform,
Work.
and I'm like, me, my own story was one of, I was one of those guys that only had one Virginia Tech scholarship. Like I got my Virginia Tech scholarship at the 1-day senior camp, a week before my senior year, before high school started, and I took that to a 4th round draft pick, what I'm saying? So I'm like, and it was guys that I knew that was, big time recruits that didn't make it, so it's like everybody's
Mm.
story is different, but at the end of the day, it's about, you're gonna do what you want to do, or you're gonna do what you gotta do, and that's, you can tell, you can see them guys who gonna do what they gotta do. It's like, and that's easy. The next thing I ask them is like, shit, you a wide receiver or you a football player? You a DB or you a football player? Because this not about what you want to do. It's about, getting on this team and getting in where you fit in and playing football.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah.
facts. And I'm gonna kind of throw a curveball, right? Because you kind of mentioned that something that stuck out. Are you a wide receiver or a football player? The main topic, right, when it comes to Travis Hunter. So when you kind of view Travis Hunter, where do you see him? Because I'm torn, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, at first I thought he was a corner, like just play him at corner, play him at the NFL corner. But then he's so good at wide receiver too, Rock. So like when you look at a player like that at the NFL level, what is it that you're seeing in Travis Hunter? Do you sway in one way, or you say, you know what, just put the kid out there and just let him go be great?
Man, Travis is special, man. I got film. I just got into YouTube in the last year or so. But we've been on the road recording and doing things for a while. Like we played against Travis and Cam Newton and them in 7-on-7, like, maybe his 9th, 10th grade year of high school. And, was doing the same thing that he's doing now. He's a special talent. I think it will take a lot for him to do that in the NFL at the highest level,
Mhm.
but I think he might be one that can do it, man. I think they should let him do whatever the hell Travis want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he want to go out there and catch the play, throw him the deep ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because what he gonna do is he gonna, even if he hurt himself, that's proven. He gonna go up there and he gonna come down with the ball. And it's like, hey, it might last 20 years, it might last 2 years, but that's on him. But from my experience seeing the kid play, I'm like, shoot, man, when you got people like that, you got to let them play, man. Like,
Let them
he
play.
should be treated like Dion, when Dion was playing both sides of the ball, I
Mhm.
think at least.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, selfishly, Florida State guy, I had Travis Hunter right there, and Dion once again picked me off, right, and ran into the crib. Colorado, pick six, man. But he is just that damn talented. But I watched him since he was a kid because I know he was high on the Florida State radar because his parents went for Florida State. So I thought he was just going to fall to us. But that's a whole nother story. Now, speaking of Travis Hunter, speaking of some of the corners you talked about Dorian Strong. We also got Quincy Riley. We'll talk about them here in a second. But next week is the NFL Combine, and it'll be my first kind of attending. I'm so excited for that. I know you've done it numerous times. So what is that experience like just for you, just from a scouting perspective? But what is it like for the players and the mindset that every minor detail. We're gonna be out there watching, right? So what is that process like for yourself, but also for the players?
Well, for the players, whew, it's it's a stressful week. I went to the combine in 2011. I played in the Senior Bowl in 2011. And both of those weeks were very intense. Um, and at the combine, man, I would say, man, it's even crazy thinking about it. It's 32 teams in the league, right?
Mhm.
Every team, you have to meet with every team doctor, and if it's something wrong with your shoulder,
Mhm.
every team gonna make you go through their MRI machine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's like the stress, the stuff that they doing during the week before they do the drills is what you have to be prepared for. The football part, that's the easy part. Like that's
Mhm.
cool. That's gonna be, it's basic drills, things you've been doing your whole life. It ain't nothing new. But like I say, the being prepared for all the interviews and the meeting with the doctors and things like that, that's the stressful part of that process. That's why
Yeah.
like Caleb Williams chose not to go to the combine. It was like, remember him saying, like, I'm healthy, I played in all the games, there's no need for me to go in there and let you probe on me. But
Right.
that's what they're gonna do at the combine. If anything was wrong. And it's crazy, like they're gonna go back to high school, like they got
Oh,
everything.
dang,
I
I didn't go back
remember,
that far.
yeah, they was like, "Oh yeah, you hurt your knee in high school. You need to go in the MRI." I'm like, "What? How y'all even know that?" But they know because it's records. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Damn,
Wow,
I
that's
see.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? And that's like kind of with the combine, because everyone kind of has this set standard, like, okay, where this player's gonna go. This will be a first round guy, but then we'll get out of next week and somebody's missing 5 MCLs and 5 P, you know what I'm saying, all sorts of stuff, and they can slide, right? We saw that happen with Eagles linebacker N'Kobe Dean. You know what I'm saying? Like his shoulder injury, he just slid out
Yeah.
the first round. So it's
Yeah.
interesting how that happens. Go ahead, DMV. I know you got some more questions, bro.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to ask about Dorian Strong, because I know that you've had some experience with Dorian, also him coming out of Virginia Tech. I was going to ask, Cowboys Nation, we are at a position where we need some depth at corner. And I noticed that Dorian coming into the Senior Bowl was somebody that was considered middle of the pack, but he had a pretty good, solid Senior Bowl. Like, tell our fan base, why should we draft Dorian Strong? Like, why should we consider him as a corner? What are some of the traits that he offers that would make him somebody that would fit into our football team?
Well, Dorian Strong, man, comes from a long line of Virginia Tech DBs. And not just saying that, him being a Virginia Tech guy, now when I was training Dorian coming out of middle school, teaching him, these techniques and things that I learned, then, he went on to become his own man. And what he brings to the game now, I like his height, his arm length. I think he is a more solid corner than the guys that are there now, meaning his techniques and like I said, being a playmaker, versus a player, what I'm saying, is like
Mhm.
he's not gonna go out
Mhm.
there and be Diggs and try to jump and make.
Go.
It's
Oh,
getting hot. You know what I'm saying? It's getting hot. It's getting
dang.
hot. Dang, you want that bar, man?
He
He'll
wanted to leave us
jump
on a
back in.
cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Oh
On
man.
the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Hey man, but I hope y'all enjoying the content. Quick break, right? Like break. Make sure y'all liking all the channels, sharing this content, because this is some insight that y'all not gonna get everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna get everywhere. And like I said, this is someone who's played the game at the high level and is trading some of the best. You're getting some real insight as these players gear up for the NFL draft. But damn,
Yeah.
I want that dig. You know what I'm saying? I want that dig clip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was right there, bro.
Nah, man.
That's what everybody was waiting on. We was waiting on that, right?
Yeah. So hopefully you'll jump right back in, man. But like I said, subscribe to all the channels. Y'all like, share, get the content up. Y'all know what it is.
See all y'all in the comments too.
Cover three. Yeah, we'll get to y'all super chats and all, man. But like I said, Roc Carmichael, played for the Philadelphia Eagles, drafted by the Texans, right? I think he was drafted by the
Yeah, he was drafted by the Texans. And I actually had some questions about the NFLPA. You know what I'm saying? Because I do know somebody who was the president of it. So I was going to ask some of those questions too,
Yeah.
so,
You gonna
because
make
that
him
was
feel
something
like
I didn't know.
Right.
He gonna feel like you poking in pride of him, man. Shoot me a text.
Yeah, man. Exactly, man. But like, let's talk about it real quick, and so hopefully we can get Rock back in, and maybe his phone died or whatnot. But Rome, you asked a good question about corner. Trayvon Diggs, signed him. Deron Bland, does he return? I was having that conversation, like when he came back from the injury, it didn't look the same, but I think they would. More than likely, I think the Cowboys fans are high on J. Lou, but like, where would you prioritize corner when it comes to addressing it as far as the draft is concerned, Ron?
I would look, as far as the draft, I would love to grab somebody in a later round because like I'm not letting no other positions jump line on these weapons. I'm sorry.
Right.
Y'all gonna have to just be mad.
Yeah, I see the offensive line. I see the offensive line Twitter trying to make that push. It's like Zach Martin. Like, nah.
Yeah, I know Zach Martin retired. Here y'all come. And there's no disrespect. I mean, corner's a big need, but we've also drafted corner and given more attention to corner than we have to weapon. So that's where that comes from. As far as what we need, I would love to bring in someone on the vein of like what Stephon Gilmore was. Again, I wouldn't say go get Gilly again. You might that well might be dry. But I would love to bring in a veteran corner because we have two corners that we would love to see healthy. Now, if that doesn't come to fruition, that's fine. But I think drafting the corner super high it could throw off the morale of the team because it almost would seem like you throwing away Trayvon Diggs. We're in a very contentious time where people don't know how much they believe in Deron Bland. They want to, but they don't know how much they do. And then with Trayvon Diggs, we all believe in Trayvon Diggs, but now we just want him to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? So I think a veteran corner could be what you call that Band-Aid until our corners can get back right.
Yeah, I agree. Because like I said, I'm not sure what happened to Kalen Carson. Maybe a different coaching philosophy.
I forgot about that. That's crazy.
But it didn't look like it looked in college.
I'll tell you one thing, Chuck. I bet you I ain't calling him a seatbelt no more.
No, sir.
But Rome, I think corner and edge are the only ones that at 12 that I would consider taking if it's not a weapon, just because of what's going on.
It's not even about taking them if it's not a weapon. It depends on how it falls. But if Genty or Tet McMillan's there and you take Will Johnson.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about if they're not there. If they're not there, that's Yeah. All right, Rock's back in the building.
Rock back in the building. Put the rocks up, man. You was heating up, bro. You was heating up when you dropped off, man. So you were talking about Dorian Strong, right? And kind of how he would fit in Dallas. So go ahead and get back to your thoughts, bro.
Yeah, man. I think Dorian is a real solid corner, man. Plays well in the run, not afraid to come up there and bite. One of them guys, good feet, smooth hips, but like I said, he still has that Virginia Tech lineage. So any of, the true fans out there, if you know football, is like you getting one of them old school Bud Foster defensive backs, you know what I'm saying? And Dorian will be solid for the Cowboys. I mean, he might want to go to the Commanders, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into that now. I don't want to get into that right now.
Left hand up? Nah.
Yeah,
I refuse.
No, he does fit that Dan Quinn mold, right? Dan Quinn likes
he does, bro.
I mean, there's another one, my guy Azare Thomas out of Florida State, like he just feels Dan Quinnish, but we ain't talking about the Commanders right now. Now, speaking of the other corner, right? Because you mentioned something. He has size, he has the physicality, the arm lift, measurables. Me personally, I'm not much of a measurables guy, but I know I understand why it's important at the cornerback position. But Quincy Riley, right? He's about 5'9", 5'10" right? So doesn't have the same size as Dorian, but he's scrappy, especially in zone coverage. Didn't play a lot of man at Louisville, but talk a little bit about him and his skill set and what he can bring to the NFL team at the next level.
Riley, man, Riley is scrappy. I think he reminds me kind of like the guy Max Melton we talked about that went to the Cardinals. I think Riley would get to a team and be able to help whoever right away, especially like in that nickel spot. He, like you said, he didn't play a lot of man in college, but when he got out there to the Senior Bowl, his man reps were perfect. When he
bro. Yeah.
Like he covered some of the big time receivers and, was running step for step with those guys. Then it made me think about, I was like, well, shoot, he reminded me of Alexander up there for the Packers, another Louisville guy. He kind of like that same style of play. Like that's what Riley brings to the table. So now I had a good time watching him, and he's another guy that I've been watching since coming out of high school, man. So I'm very excited to see him and his journey.
Right, you can't measure heart, and like I said, when you watch Quincy
No.
Riley, it's just like he's just all over the place, right? So like,
Yeah.
he's what we say, he has that dog in him. I know it's kind of cliche
Yeah.
these days, but he definitely has that dog and that fight in him. Rome, do you have any questions? We're not gonna keep you all day, Rock. I know you're super busy. You got any more questions?
Man, I'm having fun with y'all.
All right, cool. Let's keep rocking it. We're gonna keep rocking. All right,
I got another easy question for you. Who your favorite corner in the draft?
Will Johnson.
Will Johnson.
What do you like about Will Johnson?
Yeah, so
see, Ro, see,
I don't care. I still want
he started to pick up steam in Dallas. So tell us a little bit about Will Johnson.
Was on this stream. I want this.
Ron wants to run it. Ron wants all offensive. I ain't gonna just toss Ron out there. I want offensive weapons too, right?
I do too, bro.
But Will Johnson is talented. So tell us a little bit about Will.
Everybody want the offensive weapons till it's time to win some championships, man.
We've been neglecting them for years, man. We ain't draft one since CD.
Facts.
Hey,
that's half a decade ago.
Yeah.
Right.
2020.
Dang, crazy to think about that, right?
It was pre-pandemic we drafted.
But whole time Philly be drafting defensive guys. They buy their offensive weapons.
But see, they get defensive weapons. They get fun positions. Like
they get defensive weapons. Yeah,
we'll do a defensive tackle. We do
because the Cowboys think they can get a receiver and keep him for 20 years. That's their recipe. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting them young boys, they want to
keep everybody for 20 years. That'd be our problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts. But yeah, talk a little bit about Will Johnson.
Will Johnson, he's another one, man. I think the game is actually getting better, overall. I think with the young guys coming up, like, football now having those 7-on-7 circuits and all the different camp circuits, it's kind of like AAU basketball in a sense where you get the Travis Hunters and the Will Johnsons. They've been competing against each other since high school. Back in the day, you only played against your local, talent or whatever, make it the states, whoever was good around your way. But now, like I say, with the different travel superstar teams, it's like these guys have been competing and learning, from high level people for a long time. And I think with Will Johnson, if you study him, like if you look at him this year tape, I personally think he took his foot off the gas once he realized Michigan wasn't the Michigan, of old. But if you go back and look at how he played throughout the whole season last year, he has that. Like I say, he's not Dion, but he Charles Woodson though. You know what I'm saying? Like he Champ Bailey for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like he not prime, but it's like he's a corner's corner. Like he's gonna jump, when it's time to jump those quick balls, like look at what he did to Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about picking off slants. He's setting off from 7 yards, coming downhill, picking off slants, picking off high balls, so he's special. It's just, I know, like this year, Michigan was getting beat up. I could see it in his eyes. He was like, man, there's some money to make. Let me take my foot off the gas.
Right. Yeah, and I think the interesting piece that we're to look at, especially when it comes to corner this year, is that defensive player of the year, Patrick Surtain. It wasn't, a few years ago we were having these same conversation. And Patrick Surtain, he was a technician. Like everything was just there. I mean, right.
It was a deep corner draft too. That was a deep.
So you had him, you had Horn, and then the other kid who had the back injuries, right? But then you saw Patrick Surtain. You also saw another kid who I thought was phenomenal in Christian Gonzalez, kind of one of those technicians. So you're kind of seeing the premium corner. It kind of varies, but then last year when Quinyon slid a little bit. So I think with Will Johnson, it might be in the conversation a little bit. But I want to talk about another player, and if you don't want to talk about it, I definitely understand. But he was one of my favorite prospects last year, and he unfortunately passed away, which was Kyrie Jackson. And he went to Minnesota, had the unfortunate tragic accident. So for the people who really didn't get the close opportunity to kind of know what he was like, what was he like as a person, as a player, and some of the things you experienced being next to Kyrie?
Yeah, man. Well, I got a treat for you.
Oh no.
Come on, man. Come on, internet. Come on, dog. Come on.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Got me ready too.
Yeah, man.
Look, I was getting the tissue out.
Oh, there's back.
Did you hear that?
No, we hear none of that. Man. I hear none of that.
Okay. All right. So Kyrie and Kyrie Jackson and Dorian Strong were opposite corners in high school. They went to the same high school, played together. So those guys, whew, like when I was playing for the Eagles, I used to come home and do workouts and, you know, give out my Eagles gloves and things like that. And Kyrie, you know, I put it up on my YouTube. You know, he told a story about, you know, me coming home and doing that, and those gloves kind of like what made him believe that, you know, he could be in the, you know, make it to the league too. You know, like gave him that hope. And seeing him, you know, go from, you know, the JUCO to Bama to Oregon, you know, was a great process. And then, you know, him getting that chance to be down at the Senior Bowl, like I say, when if you guys, man, hopefully, you know, and it's easy, you know, get a media pass, but if you get to go
I'm
down
going
there,
next year. I'm going.
Yeah, we
I'm
got
going.
we gotta put it, man. I hate that they have it so close to the Super Bowl, but next year, man, I got to get to the Senior Bowl. I got to get.
Yeah, that'd be my issue too, because it's like I'm out, you know, you're out for a week at the Senior Bowl, then the next week is Super Bowl, then after that you got Combine. It's like I can't be that. I can't be away from home all year.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Kyrie, I think he would have been special, man. He would have made plays. Him and Dorian, the same type of player. You know, two long rangey guys. They come from that, you know, not the inner city, but you know, close to that. You know, where they get a little funky. They ain't afraid to put their nose in there and tackle. You know, so I would have been excited to see Kyrie on his career, man.
Facts, man. Good kid. I love the kid in last year's class, man. So unfortunate. Go ahead, Rome.
Yeah, no. I was that my last question was my main thing, because I know like the people watching, like some people don't get as in depth with you know, I like to call it like we more service level with the draft and stuff like that. So when you get somebody that has a mind that's more draft forward, like you and DMV, you get another gentleman in here, you kind of want to hear their thought process, because you know, we all doing our PFF mock draft thing. So I asked you who your favorite corner is, who your sleeper corner, who's somebody that's not going in the first couple of rounds that might be like, you should probably keep your eye on him.
I like the guy, man, Stout from Western Kentucky. Did you guys see him at the Senior Bowl?
I did not.
That's why I asked you.
You
I'm gonna go look.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I'll write that name down now.
Is it Upton Stout, something like that?
There you go. Yeah, Upton
Stout.
Stout.
Is he like a nickel or is he more of an outside?
I think he would be more of the nickel role, and I brung him up because, man, and no disrespect to him, right? But I'm like, this guy was probably about 5'9", dog. You know what I'm saying? Like when you seen him, you know, out there, it was like, you know, you got this little corner out here, you know, like, but he again, like he wasn't getting beat, you know, strapping everybody, running step for step. He made a lot of plays on the ball. And then I got another one too. I like what's my man from UCF? The tall, he was tall, long corner from UCF.
Is it Adams?
BJ Adams.
Yeah.
Now make sure y'all writing these names down. He giving you some gems.
Yeah.
Right now. BJ Adams is another one that's he's gonna make a lot of plays. Like BJ Adams and Quincy Riley made the most plays at the Senior Bowl. Like BJ Riley, he had so many like man-on-man interceptions. You know what I mean? Which is rare to see from a defensive back. Like you see a lot of interceptions in zone. You don't see a lot of interceptions in man. You know, so that's
yeah. The thing that stood out to me about Quincy at the Senior Bowl was how swagged out he was, because I knew that they had the one-on-one section at the end of practice when they had the best on best, and they put him up against Restrepo, and he strapped him up. And I was like, because at the time we're looking for a receiver in Dallas, right? So I had my eyes on Restrepo, and I'm just like, man, who is that strapped him? And then it just you kept seeing Riley, and then I don't know if you know my guy Foots the King, but he was out there at the Senior Bowl.
Shout out to Foots.
Yeah. And he was telling me about Quincy Riley, and Aisha Morrison was telling me about Quincy Riley. And then to know that you work with him, I was like, damn, that's crazy. So yeah, Dallas. If we got any front office people watching, man,
Right.
Quincy Riley, throw him on the list.
Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all ain't here.
They gonna say no, yeah, they definitely watching, right? And that's the thing, Cowboys Nation. Y'all know Senior Bowl is our go-to, so we leave them with something from that Senior Bowl. we leave them with something. Also, Roc, speaking of the Senior Bowl, I want to kind of pivot to a different position because I saw this on your page, right? And got to interview another interesting prospect, and that's the running back Ollie Gordon. So when you got to kind of sit in front of Ollie Gordon, like, it's hard, right? And I tell the people the complexity when it comes to me scouting Ollie Gordon. Is he the one from last year, or is he? But there was so many different factors going on in Oklahoma State. It's hard to really gauge it. So, what was kind of like your sentiments and kind of how you're feeling when you kind of just was around Ollie Gordon for the Senior Bowl?
Well, Ollie Gordon probably has had the biggest. I ain't gonna say the biggest character there, but probably like top 2 or 3 character guys there. Like every time you see him, he was cracking a joke. You know what I mean, making you smile. Like just he was a fun guy to be around. Now on the football field, man, he kind of reminds me. He brings that Adrian Peterson style of running back, right? He's big, bro. Like he's not a small guy, you know, like 6'3" and whatever, however much you weigh. Like, and he's one of them guys. You shake his hand, it's like, damn, this hand like a brick, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's up?
Right.
You know, but like I said, another good energy guy. But yeah, man, I you know, like I said, man, if it was up to me, I would big up all the guys, you know, but I definitely think once you get to that level, like you have, it's something special about each and every one of those guys. And for me playing, you know, pro ball, honestly, man, it's so situational. You know, it's just about, you know, where they get drafted to and if it's the right fit, you know, for them and your style of play. That's more what it's about than, you know, can the guy actually do it or not? You know, because it's systems. You know, if he can fit in that system. But I liked him a lot, man, and I like that running back from SMU a lot too. He looked really good.
I heard Brashard Smith was out there cooking. I did see him too. He looked like every time he's making big plays.
Talking about weapons.
So he's known. He's known as a guy that's, you know, a little bit smaller at the running back position. But like, does he look small in person? Because there's people that like might be 190, but they look 200 something pounds. Can you talk about his build and durability?
Yeah, he looked good, man. He looked about the same size as Trevor Etienne. You know, like we wasn't like height guys, but you know, when it come to build and, you know, getting through that hole, he looked good. He was just more natural, I'll say, of a cutter. You know, once he was, you know, he get the ball in his hand, like making his decisions, it looked real smooth. I got a piece of back behind the scenes, I guess, info I can tell you guys. So Chris Johnson was there working with the running backs this year, and his running back pick was man, there's so many. I don't want to get his name wrong. His running back of the week was from Syracuse.
What? Oh yeah. I forget his name. God, I know who you're talking about.
I posted a picture. Hold on.
He the one who be catching all the passes and stuff. I haven't gotten to him yet.
He was number 1 at Syracuse.
Quint.
My bad.
Yeah.
Quint.
Yeah.
My bad. Quint. My bad. My bad. That's my dog too, man. That is my dog. Like, he was another one. Like I said, he was a really, really great guy. But like he was the jackrabbit, I'll say, out of the running back. Like he pat. He looked really, really good. That boy from Delaware looked good. I'm just telling you what I heard the great legendary Chris Johnson talk about, you know, when we was having to go after practice and talk about what players we like. Yeah, you know.
Marcus Yarns. I pulled up the list now. I'm looking now.
Yeah.
You put stars and circling. Yeah.
Oh, you're not, because I'm doing a mock draft later.
Honestly, right. We want to talk about running backs. I think this is probably one of the better drafts for running backs, dog. It's loaded.
It's so loaded, especially compared to last year, right? I mean, last year's class was cool, but I kept telling everybody it's kind of wait, you know what I'm saying? But this class is like, I know
that's why I want two of them.
Other people are saying Genty for the Cowboys, so this is what we're gonna do, right? I say we're not gonna hold you for a mock draft, you know, we keep you all damn night, but we're gonna put you on the clock, and you are the Dallas Cowboys scout, and you about to make the pick for the Dallas Cowboys at 12. Who is gonna pick? Who only? Yeah.
Hey, do the right thing, man. Do the right thing.
Yeah. You know, we got an eagle. We got an eagle. You know, so he's gonna give us a place kicker or something like that.
Give us a punter.
Nah, he about to give us a lineman again.
Look, me and my brother, we had this conversation all the time, man. I think that's a great spot for Genty, honestly. Yeah, like that's just the truth, you know.
I know y'all in the chat rocking with that.
Let's go.
I felt Rome's heart just jump. You know what I'm saying? He just got excited.
Oh no, I'm ready for the night. I'm good. I feel validated.
He deserved that spot, man. I just like the Cowboys for him. I think the Cowboys know how to build a line. You know, I don't think it's been, you know, the O-line that has been in, you know, the past couple of years. But if they can put an O-line together like they had a couple of years ago with Genty back there, man, it's going to be special. And you, like you said, you still need, two backs, you know, in this league. You need somebody else. So it's a nice field for running backs, the young guys this year. Yeah.
Y'all hear that, Cowboys Nation? So Roc Carmichael is saying, colorful charts do not matter. Because there's a bunch of people, Rock, who'll bring a colorful chart in front of us and say, you don't draft running backs in the first round.
Yeah, watch when this run on running backs happen this year.
When they all get yanked in the second, then we're going to be looking foolish, right? So it's like, nah, man, go get talent. I play from the Cowboys perspective. Go out there and get talent and get what you need, bro. But Rock, it was fun. Thank you for spending time.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, my brother. Do it again. You know what I'm saying? You more than welcome to cover 3 show, but we can make it a cover 4. You know what I'm saying? Run a little match. But for the people who are seeing you for the first time, tell everybody where they can find you, bro.
Hey man, definitely appreciate you guys for having me on. But Roc Carmichael on YouTube. Just type in Roc Carmichael. Go check out some of the Senior Bowl videos, some of the shorts and things. I put up some of those clips, and Instagram, Roc Carmichael, all that stuff, man. Just Roc Carmichael. That's it. That's all y'all need.
Tap in.
Definitely give him a call. You guys get that insight. And we might have to bring him back on and talk a little anime and Dragon Ball Z, man. I'm good friends with Dez, and he's in the anime and Dragon Ball Z. We've been playing Sparkling Zero, you know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z game. So, we'll have to come back on and talk a little anime. But thanks again, bro, for pushing. We got so much insight. I know the fan base
appreciate you.
And even us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good where we ain't got to do all the talking. We kind of sit back and let you cook, man, because we learned a lot. And I definitely circled some of these names on my Excel sheet.
And it was good for me to talk to people that know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's different than talking to guys that, no disrespect, but I deal with the parents and the younger guys that not really at this level yet. They can't really go back and forth with this. So, and I'm like, y'all help me get some of these thoughts off my chest too. So
absolutely. That's good, bro. We love the draft, man. And, all of us, seeing these young men, I'm sure it's the same for you, seeing some of these young men's dreams come true. I've been having some guys who are kind of just, diamonds in the rough, right? But, they got an opportunity. They got, whether it's a Big 12 combine or a pro day, right? And give them the opportunity to use my platform and kind of share their journey. So it means the world to me, but it also means the world to them. I'm just giving the opportunity because, we know you've been through it yourself, going through the frustrations, going through the stress, and this is definitely an opportunity that can change your life, man. So kudos to you, man. Salute to everything that you're doing, and we definitely appreciate your insight, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And one more thing for you, Rock, before you go out, man. I got a youngin over at Virginia Tech right now, Josh Clark. You probably know Josh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look out for my young boy out there, man. Look out for him.
No doubt. I'm supposed to go up next weekend and do some work with the DBs up there. So he gonna be in that bunch for sure.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, sure, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, fellas.
All right. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, go.
All right, y'all. That is Roc Carmichael, former Philadelphia Eagle. But like I said, insight, bro. I love getting that knowledge. I love getting that insight, man, because they're around some of the best in the world. And just even little things that they're trained on, right? Because like I said, I play linebacker, DMV, you play running back, right? So it's like eye discipline. I didn't know that's a huge important thing that they're focusing on and training on nonstop. I was thinking you're working on hips and, shuttle and, all sorts of stuff, back pedal, like those things. Like, nah, you pretty much either got it or you don't, right? But it's really focusing on the eye discipline And so that's kind of cool because like I love nerdy content like that, y'all. I'm weird like that. I want to know what these players are eating. Like even some of these players I've been having on my show. What do y'all eat? Like how much do y'all count your calories and protein? They're like, yeah, we eating almost like 6,000 calories. I'm like, God.
Yeah, man, they crazy.
If I eat 6,000 calories, I'm done. I'm done for the weekend.
If I eat 6,000 calories today, I'm gonna gain 8 pounds, bro.
Yeah, because I had a Kendall Paul, and he hit me in the corner from Texas A&M. He was like, "Man, these scouts are saying, Tuck, I need to get to 165. I'm at 160. I'm like, bro, I can do that tonight. I can get. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a tablet. 20 pounds if you need it.
Facts.
Yeah, man. I was like, hey, bro,
cut some bacon off my back.
There's a Chinese buffet across the street from my house. I guarantee you put about 8 on ASAP, man.
Bro, it's the metabolism. They burn through that joint while eating it.
Bro, I'm so jealous, dog. Like when I'm around these athletes, the appetites that they have, and it just doesn't stay. Like
eat some cheesecake and grow abs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like this, but he'll eat like a steak dinner like at midnight and be up in the morning, bro. If I do that, I'm done for like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just that old.
I'm done for a week.
I remember, yo. But yo, we're not gonna keep it all night. We know it's Friday. Cover 3, like, share the content. Let's see if we got any super chats. Rome, you got any super chats?
I got a super chat from Jeremy Rutherford. He's just saying my dog Cowboys up. That was earlier. Yeah,
boom. Appreciate you, Jeremy, man. So appreciate all
everybody in the chat, man. I know we jumped in, we went straight to business. We didn't get a chance to I know we supposed to talk draft talk.
If you got Rome, you had to be out at
look, man, we could do 10-15 minutes if y'all want to do what y'all want to do. A quick mock. You want to do what you want to do?
Let's get. Was there any hot topic buttons of the Cowboys? Honestly, I ain't really been paying attention to the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on this. Was it?
I will say this.
Zach Martin retired, of course.
I'll bring up the hot button topic. Look, Zach retired. Salute Zach Martin. You know what I'm saying? And I know what happened is everybody in Cowboys Nation that built Lou popped in the right time. Salute to Lou's takes, man. One of the best in the game.
Right.
Please subscribe to his channel. Very headstrong gentleman, and I appreciate his content.
Mm-hmm.
I know when crisis happens, you go back to what you used to.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing, we all knew Zach probably wasn't coming back. No one should be shocked. Zach hinted at not coming back when he talked to Tuck the other week.
Right.
So we knew it was going to happen, but it's just the fact of seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as Zach officially retires, people freak out. Guess we got to go get a guard or tackle. No, we don't. No, we don't. Calm down.
We got some depth. We can get better, but we are okay. We're a lot better at O-line than we are anything else.
That's my... Say it again, please.
We're a lot better at O-line than anything else. That's the best. That's the best group on our team, bro.
If you line up the rooms, and you say, okay, so who's in the running back room? And then Deuce Vaughn stepped to the front, no disrespect to Deuce, and Hunter Lipke, that's it. And then you say, well, what about defensive tackle? And I know you like, but Mozzie Smith ain't this, and Osa leaving. But then you realize, just like running back, like everybody likes to throw it in my face. I know you strongly disagree. I don't care.
We gonna have to bring Lou on, man. We want to bring on Lou.
Lou need to come on.
Dog, there's no way Lou can look at this roster right now with the guys we don't have signed and say that the offensive line ain't the most strong group that we have.
He can tackle deep too.
I see the case he can make. But man, it would be a gut. It would break my ribs if we call out.
I say, what's the case? Corner, safety?
No, I mean,
linebacker.
The case is, I'm not going to speak for Lou, but the case that I would make is we saw what Philly is building the trenches with their defensive front. We know what San Fran does with their defensive front. We know what Detroit has on their defensive front. So you're gonna have to protect that. But I want some weapons, dog.
Defense. I was talking about offensive line. Offensive line is the strongest point, but defensive trenches,
I'm talking about how do we to stop.
What is a fight that we fighting a fixed fight though? Philly got those trench picks and stuff like that because they was willing to trade off their quarterback.
Right.
That's how they got a chance to get up in them high rounds, and then they wheeled and dealed some picks to get more picks. Right. So they were aggressive enough to earn those picks to pick when you have a bunch of picks because you was wheeling and dealing, you can grab a weapon and you can grab a DT or a corner or whatever. Cowboys like to stick and pick and be stubborn with what they get. And that's why we in this situation now where we're having a conversation about should we get this or that when it should be, well, how about we get that in free agency, but we draft that.
Right. And here's why I'll make my pitch for weapons, right? And here's where Cowboys fans might get mad at Tucker. All right. So if I told you guys to bet money, I gave you $10,000 to bet money, $10,000 on a first-year head coach winning the Super Bowl or the field, I'm sure you guys would take the field, right? Exactly. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying, the odds for the Cowboys to be competitive at a championship level is already jaded. Like it's going to be a difficult uphill battle. Mm-hmm. But the only way that we could possibly jump ahead of the curve is if we have a Dak type Zeke impact where we get 2 young or 3 young weapons who are just out of their mind godly that can slingshot us to back to where we need to be. See what I'm saying? So
there's only 2 guys. There's only 2 guys to me at 12 that could slingshot us right there.
Right.
I got a point. You Tuck when you're done. I got a point.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, listen, for everybody that thinks that offensive line is the only way to success because you want to lean on Philly. First of all, Philly didn't draft all of their offensive line. They used free agency, Mekhi Becton, and their left tackle was a lower round pick. Mm-hmm. They just coached him up. He's a physical specimen, but he was a lower round pick. Mm-hmm. Now Dickerson and Juergens were higher round picks, but I'm tired of y'all leaning on the fact that y'all think they went first round all the time. They didn't.
Right.
They did that a couple of the picks. Lane Johnson been in the league for like 12 years, so you can't use him no more.
Facts. In Detroit.
As far as Detroit, though, this is what I was going to say. You guys say just Detroit has a strong offensive line and they had strong running backs. And when the rubber met the road, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Versus Washington. Because if you line up the Tyler Biadasz and that hodgepodge crew in Washington can't touch what Detroit had. Right. So all this strong offensive line stuff, and they had weapons. But it ain't that simple. People think as soon as we get this line, we just gonna win everything.
Facts.
Detroit went their ass home with us.
Well, and also,
I was gonna say, and they old. Their linemen were drafted so long ago. A lot of them are first round picks, but they like 36, 34, 32 years old.
Right. And
sorry, my bad.
I was gonna say, and also, what if we have another Tyler Guyton situation? But also, what if we actually have an offensive line coach that can coach? We might not need all.
Hey, listen. I'll give the dude
offensive line. We might have an offensive line coach that can coach.
No, the dude concerned just said Stoutland is the best offensive line coach bar none. That's great. Does that mean everybody should just go home and stop trying? Because if you wanted to, when you went to the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes was called the best quarterback bar none. And it was almost like y'all shouldn't show up. Philly ain't like that stopped them from building their team, for getting their coaching staff right. You know what I'm saying? You should just keep building and build it to where it's so strong that it don't matter who step on the field. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah, because I mean, even if you're looking to go offensive line, what's the position? Are you going guard, right guard, or are you going tackle, right? And I feel like
guard at 12, I'm gonna kill him.
I feel like tackle would be the more pressing need over guard, but then it really comes down to how Kelvin Banks is going to measure. I know a lot of people are saying he's more of a guard than tackle, so we'll see how he measures next week. Then you get into Will Campbell territory, you know. Then it kind of gets, you know.
Bro, I ain't even trying to put that in the atmosphere, though.
But you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
But if you look, you take Will Campbell, you take Kelvin Banks. This is my problem. You take one of them and they don't work out. They're not perfect year one. Y'all gonna throw them in the trash too, like Guyton. Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna be on our 3rd year talking about this the year. So we're gonna throw Guyton away, we're gonna throw the other one away, and then we're gonna be trying to find another one. And it's a cycle.
Hold on, Rome. Can I say something? When I was mad at Guyton last year, hey, DMV, give him a chance. Give him a chance, DMV.
Bro, do y'all remember how Cowboys fans bombed on me after the Tyler Guyton draft because I said it's gonna take a while? You know what I'm saying? Like there was,
and give him a chance.
Like, bro, they bombed on me. I was like, bro, it's going to be a project play. It's going to be a project. When I'm the one who broke this film down, right? But then y'all remember, he had a rep versus Micah in camp, and then he had.
I remember I was one of them.
Crosby, everybody was like, "You got one." Cowboys don't miss in the first round.
We don't miss in the first round.
It wasn't that. It was the fact that he survived Myles Garrett. That's when I lost it.
And I was just like, "Damn, bro!" Like all I said is that it's going to take him some time. oh, see, Tuck, you wrong. You just being negative. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. So like, yeah, like some of these guys is going to take a little bit to cook. But like I said,
Kelvin Banks, and then he get blown off the ball one because it happens to rookie. They all gonna be like, man, we gotta get another guard next year. And I'll be like, okay, so like you're gonna just keep drafting linemen, and if they make one mistake, it's over.
Like what happened to Austin Richards? Remember everyone lost Austin, and then it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? TJ Bass, like, can't none of these guys play? You know
Newsflash, the next guard won't be Zach Martin in his prime. That is almost impossible to replace. So don't think about that.
Right.
No, we keep getting these Southwest Airline offensive linemen in Spirit wide receivers.
Right.
Yeah, like,
right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But like, yeah, I'm weapons, because I feel like if anything can salvage our season next year, y'all, or this year, it's gonna be someone who's just so godly where it's just like, damn, bro, Genty went for 1,700.
It lifts morale.
11
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
If you get a pancake block, great. Votch happy somewhere. Duke happy somewhere.
Lou happy. Lou, my dog.
Pancake block for 4 yards. That could have been 60.
You get a pancake block and it's lit. I'm sorry, but if you bring in a Genty or it's Golden, it's a bunch of weapons. Hampton, and they break one for 60. It lifts because the players on offense start looking like, oh, we got one of those. It ain't just CD no more. Right now, when I'm sorry, no disrespect, when Rico walk off the bus, when Hunter walk off the bus, Deuce walk off the bus, they look right at 88 like we about to triple you.
Right.
I'm trying to look at our roster and be like, you got a Picasso in your house.
Like no.
Back. You got a Picasso.
And it's that same thing, right? Because it's like even if you have this dominant offensive line, right, and they out there pancaking and making gaps as big as the Red Sea, well, you have a running back that can't hit his head on the goalpost.
Hit you for 12.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be a 12-yard run. Congratulations. You know
hey, man, I'm just saying, top 3 rounds. I've been doing mocks. I don't even be going weapons first 2 rounds. I'm okay if you grab there's enough receivers. It's just those first 3. 2 of the 3 have to be a receiver and running back. However, that combo needs to work. So if you do force alignment in the first round, it better be receiver and running back them next 2 rounds. I better not have no discussion.
Right.
Facts.
So what happened is they'll sit back, they'll get comfortable. We don't have a 4th round pick, and say, oh, we can get 1 to 5th, and we'll be sitting there on this watching the draft. There we go. There goes Tootin. Oh, damn. There goes Devin Neal. Oh, damn. There goes. Okay. Well, oh, damn. Gordon went earlier. That's now. And then we're sitting there. And it's some guy from, Northeast Michigan State that we're getting the 6th round.
I've been trading back though. This is my new rule. If Genty or Tet not there, trade back into the 20s. You can pick up. I know. Does this draft compensation work? Because I've been wanting to ask somebody. Because I think PFF be having me tripping. If you drop back 10 spots from a top 10, top 15 pick to the 20s, can you get a second, or is that automatically a 3rd?
Yeah, I think it's got to be a second.
Yeah, you can get a second for that.
Because sometimes you be thinking that I might be just winning because I'm using PFF. No. So that draft compensation works.
Yeah. Sometimes.
And the crazy thing about this, Tuck, I'm gonna ask Tuck and Rome. Have y'all been looking at other people's draft lists, like CBS Sports, NFL Draft Buzz, like NFL and their top 50s? All right, so everybody's looks different, right? Like they're scattered all over the place, right? Like, I mean, like nobody, there's some consensus guys, but for the most part, I think over the next couple of weeks, a lot of people's ideas of what they thought was like this person going to be there or that person, I think it's going to completely flip after the combine.
Yeah, it's going to flip. Right? Yeah. Nothing
completely flip.
Everything is all fun, and then is when we'll see the Jackson Dart shoots up, and then that's when we'll see some of the rumors. And like Rock was saying with the injury, so we probably got one more week. I'll be out there, but once that happens, then we'll start to really get things to shape up a little bit, because that's rumor season. But also we got to be aware of free agency, right? If we go out and sign Rico to $6 million, $7 million,
please Jesus,
kiss Genty goodbye. You know what I'm saying?
Why can't we just sign another runner? I'm sorry. I think
why we can't sign another running back that's not a Cowboy? You know what I'm saying? Like that hasn't been here.
Rico, I feel like Rico gonna swing on us what he said. Like, bro, I apologize, Rico. It's not you.
No, I want Rico to get his bag, dog. I really do. I want Rico to get his bag.
Hey, man, listen,
I just don't.
We're sports fans. We sorry we get emotional. No disrespect to Rico, but we just want what's best for the Cowboys. We see a 30-yard run all year. We starved. Don't get mad at us. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna pay $6 million, I'd rather just be the 12th pick.
Right.
Like,
somebody asked, was like, Tuck, what's your problem with Rico? I was like, man, he's good, but a Chrysler 300 don't look like a Phantom until you pull up next to a Phantom, bro. Like, you have Rico until you pull up to a Saquon Barkley, or you pull up to a Bijan Robinson, or you pull up, you know what I'm saying, to a damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't look the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does not look the same, and there's no way you can convince me of that.
And it's like this. When Pollard got his chance to get primary carries, he showed out. Rico got a chance to show us this year and shut us up. When Pollard got his chance, when Zeke was on his way out and he got majority carries, whatever, he had moments where it was like, yo,
right.
All right, TP. All right, Tony. I was unfamiliar with your game. People can say Rico ain't get the carries in the beginning of the year, but eventually he got majority of the carries.
Right.
And he was the focal point because Dak was hurt.
Right.
And I ain't see it. And I'm sorry. What you want me to do?
Oh, well, Rome, if you look at it from week 12,
what you want me to do? I'm sorry.
And I'll take Nick Chubb tonight. I know Nick Chubb almost 30 right now off the injury.
I'll take Aaron Jones.
I'll take Aaron Jones.
There's a bunch of them. And it's going to be funny if Shotty brings back Zeke. I will.
Now, if Rico goes somewhere,
Don't do it, dog.
I think it'd be hilarious. I'd be hilarious. Jerry got Mike McCarthy.
Hey, I'll tell you what though. If Shotty would have bring back Zeke, I don't even want people gonna be mad at me for saying this.
Bro,
that would mean it was Mike. That would mean it was all Mike. Everybody else.
1,000% Mike. It was 1,000% Mike. You see what I'm saying?
Don't like us no more. Zeke is done with the Cowboys.
Now Jerry got Mike up out the way. Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get rid of him real quick, dog. You stay right there. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I'm deleting Twitter if that happens that day, bro. Because I want no smoke.
You can text Mama E. Yo, Zeke is fed up with us. I'm already sure.
Oh yeah.
Y'all don't appreciate me. I'm out.
So skeptical Cowboys fans, especially the $10 super chat. What happened to Deuce Vaughn and Dalvin Cook?
Dalvin Cook was on a 1 year, so he gone.
Dalvin Cook was the troll Tuck, bro. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna give you your boy for 4 carries, bro, and how I'm put him on practice squad. That's what you get. You know what I'm saying?
I think Deuce will be on our practice squad.
Yeah.
Him and Jalen Brooks holding it down.
You think so? I think Deuce gonna be on the roster, maybe because
yeah.
of our line coach.
Yeah. You got K-State.
Right, he could be our fourth. He could be our third or fourth.
He'll give him some special teams role. Yeah. You know, so it just is what it is. But yo, like I said, man, we're gonna keep you all night. We know it's Friday. We're gonna do this a lot more because we got some stuff to talk about. But yo, man, shouts out to the community. You know, I felt like, there was a lot of things kind of going on, circulating, not gonna dive too deep in it, but a lot of y'all smart, a lot of y'all are kind of keeping y'all head on the swivel. Y'all know what to listen to, what to ignore.
I want to say it.
Say it. Go ahead if you want to. I was being nice.
Hey, I was about to hum the band music.
I was being nice today.
I ain't trying to mess up anything, but DMV said y'all gotta stop acting like bitches, man. And I felt that even on my it's not that you can't be mad and complain, but we supposed to be together.
Right.
And we just be mad about anything. Like we're in here complaining about Rico, but if Rico come back, I damn sure are gonna try to find ways and hope that he can be successful.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Right.
We be just complaining about good players at this point. And it's just like, yo, man, what you want us to do? You want us to go out there with nobody? You know what I'm saying? We don't like nothing on this team. There's teams out there that don't got some players not even close to a Dak or a Micah or a CD. And I didn't battle with Cowboys fans about if CD was a number 1 for 2 years.
Right.
I'm currently battling about Micah, and I'm in an endless fire battle with people about Dak Prescott. And I'm like, yo, you know how many teams would let out those 3?
They want a whole new team of some people, right? We should trade Micah for some picks. Okay, I said, well,
I'd cut his ass. That's just a famous line. I'd cut his ass.
Or I'll trade Micah and get some picks. Okay, well, who are you gonna draft? Then they come back to me. I don't know, Tuck. Who should we get, bro? No. I'm telling you. So
it's a really bad team with no stars. Y'all want to be
the Bears?
Y'all want to be the Carolina Panthers?
Yeah, the Carolina Panthers.
Damn, that's home.
You know what I'm saying?
The Carolina Panthers is packing people. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they want.
Better. I'm just trying to think of a team where
that's it.
Nobody that's established.
They want the Panthers. Nobody.
You want to be the Titans? You want to be the Titans?
Yeah, we be the Titans. You want to be the Titans. You want to be Titans. Nobody talks. No one has a commercial. No one has a. Come on, y'all. Like I said, we got to be better. We got to be better. We all frustrated. We all frustrated. But to sit here and deliberately tear down players for no reason, like at least let the players give us a reason to be mad. Like we just be forcing something.
That's why we mad, Tuck. We all frustrated, so we mad at each other.
Yeah.
We mad at the players. We just mad at everything because we can't have no prosperity. So we
right.
It's nothing that nobody can do right now, bro. We could have made the NFC Championship. I mean, the NFC Championship game, and there's nothing we could do about anything. Right. There's nothing. Like right now, it's the time to process. It's the time for everybody to try and get better. It's the time to throw out the ideas for who we can get in free agency, who we can get as a the rookies, the draft, all that. Like that's the time right now. It's not the time to Micah is podcasting too much. No, now is the time for him to podcast. Right now is the time for him to talk.
And I'm gonna give you guys a Tuck tip, a J Tuck tip. Everybody listening, right?
Tuck talk.
You are frustrated about the Dallas Cowboys. Don't put your energy towards the players. Put it towards the front office. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to tear down somebody, if you want to do a smear campaign, if you want to talk about somebody having a sexual assault scandal that keeps getting pushed back, put that at the front office. Imagine if we all put our superpowers together and actually focus on the people who are really at fault. Now, what's worse? What's worse, Micah's podcast or someone deliberately lying to us saying they're going to go all in and made one move, right? That's more of a problem.
They mad at that, but they ain't mad at that Netflix announcement.
Right, the Netflix announcement or going publicly saying, hey, your quarterback's going to learn to do more with less, right? That, I don't care what Micah said about Derrick Henry.
Grabbed at Jalen Hurts the other week.
Yeah, so it's just like, so it's like that's where we should be pointing our anger. That's where our tiki torches should be going up there, not for a player doing a 30-minute podcast on the free time. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all.
You're right, Tuck. You're right.
And podcasting is a problem, but we allow the pivot in there. We allow First Take in there during camp and all these other places. Like, hell out of here, bro. Get your money, Mike.
This is my last thing I'll say. I'll let y'all wrap the show up. We all adults. It's probably a couple kids in here, but we all adults. Y'all don't want nobody coming to tell you what to do with your life. You're a grown adult. I turn a ring light on. Ain't nobody about to tell me to turn it off. Do what I want to.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm an adult. If I want to do what I want, I'm going to do what I want. So y'all trying to tell a grown man that's a multimillionaire in his 20s what to do. But if I went on Twitter and told some of these people that's talking crazy, yo, you should shut up. The first response is going to be who you talking to. You don't tell me what to do, but you going to tell somebody else what to do because they wear the same the logo of a team you love. Let me tell you, newsflash, they don't care like you wouldn't care if someone told you what to do. So everybody need to mind their business. I'm going to leave it like that.
In fact, and here's my closing remarks on that. If people just focused on their job and didn't pursue their passion in their free time, you not listening to Rome, you not listening to J Tuck, and you're not listening to DMV. Y'all have no clue who we are. We are all people who had other jobs, but just enjoyed talking to Dallas Cowboys football and to Dallas Cowboys fans. And here we are. Right. So we can't be hypocrites and tell somebody what to do with their free time and focus on their job when we didn't do the same and we prospered and created something from it. Right. So we can't be hypocrites. A lot of people who hop on their channels is getting their escape from their reality and getting a peace of mind. We have kids, we have wives, we have all sorts of different things and distractions, but this is something that we enjoy. Who are we to take that from a player just because he's one of the top defensive players in all time in NFL history already at a fast rate, and he's going to get paid. He's going to get paid. So that's my.
We all get emotional. I get emotional. Trust me. So I feel your pain when you get emotional. You turn the camera. You got to place the blame somewhere. My point is sometimes just look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, if someone was telling me what I'm saying to that person, how would I respond?
Right. If someone called to your call center and said, you need to get off that podcast and focus on getting my shipment right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, who you talking to?
Or how about this, man? Like, because I know that, like, when we talk about leadership, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard this before. Be the leader that you, or be the way that you want to be led or something like that, right? Be the fan that you want to play for. That part, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what's gonna make people. What's gonna make this team want to play even harder, bro. Right now, we're making it very, very hard for them to want to play for you, to want to band together for you, because right now it's so separate, and they're playing like they're separate. But be the fan that you want to play for. That's all I got.
Be that. Everybody make mistakes, man. So I ain't here to tell people how they should have acted. I'm just saying, going forward, I want to move like a unit. I'm tired of bickering with my own fan base. I got another goofy fan base parading around here with a trophy that I don't want to see. I don't want to fight with y'all too.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? Facts. Focus on the real ops. We out here friendly firing everybody. It's just like playing Call of Duty. You keep shooting everybody on your same team, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. But yo, we appreciate everyone for tuning in. We're gonna keep rocking. Like I said, for me personally, I will be out the NFL Combine next week on Wednesday, doing some coverage out there. You know, behind the scenes stuff. So definitely tap in for that. I know my.
You hit one of those steakhouses, bro. That's where it go down there.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. They already talking about like, oh man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be probably me. Like people don't know, but DMV has seen it. Like when we was in Vegas, bro. Like I literally go to work and I just go home. You know what I'm saying? We might go out one night, but most part I'd be chilling.
They gonna try to get you out, don't they?
All right, know. You know what I'm saying? I already know, man. I'll be tired, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? I'll be like I said, you went to the Super Bowl. I was in my room eating Subway, chilling.
Bro, what is there to do in Indianapolis though? Like.
I don't know, but I'm sure something.
I've been my ear to the street. I heard that they like turn regular restaurants, like because they know everybody coming. They open later,
like bars.
Like they make it so that it's kind of like if y'all familiar, like CIAA. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that.
Oh, they turn the Chinese restaurant into the club.
Maybe not like a club, but they'll like a restaurant that might have a bar. They'll stay open from instead of 11. That's what I've been hearing because there's a lot of.
That's how Michael Irvin got into that. You know what I'm saying? Because they was out that bar late night. You know what I'm saying? So you know, yeah. So you know me, I'm
stay away from Michael Irvin.
I'm a DoorDash and be back to the room, man. Guys, I'm just there for the combine, bro, and for me to give me a weapon, man. So we appreciate y'all. Subscribe to all the channels, lock in, turn that notification bell, and share the content. We're gonna keep rocking until next time. We cover 3. Peace. This video is brought to you by BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino. And right now, BetUS is offering exclusive deals. So go over to BetUS, use the code YouTube150, and they are offering 150% up to $2,000 bonus deposit on your first deposit and 125% on your next 2. So if you want to win money this NFL season and use free money, you cannot beat free money. Go over to BetUS, use the code YouTube150, and let's get this money game.